Hello mga kababayan, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Laruan ni Obi-Wan. For this Saturday afternoon's review, we are going to take a look at Mcfarlane DC Multiverse. This is the Martian Man Hunter. So for those of you who are looking for or waiting for the Justice League version of the Manhunter, this is the version also that I've been waiting for. So just check out for local listings of your target or if they are available on Peg. So actually I went for a toy hunt this afternoon and found this at Peg. Found 3 of this. So let us take a look at the back of the box. So we have a good card art of the action figure against a black background. So let's examine the contents of our purchase. We only have a Martian Man Hunter figure. No extra hands, no extra accessories, just the figure. And on the backs of the card art, we have basically the stand and the trading card, which is standard issued Mcfarlane items. I'm just wondering why for a action figure or a DC character that has flight capability, they did not include a flight stand, which somehow is standard for characters like Manhunter or Superman. But with this release, gold label release, we only have a black base. Okay, so since this head sculpt that got detached from the body when I took this figure out of packaging, we might as well take a look at the head sculpt up close, really close. So side angle of the head sculpt, so we have a cone-like appearance of the skull of the figure. So have a closer look at the eye sockets and the red eyes, and actually the face of this figure is also shaded. So as you could see, we have some kind of black shade on the side of the cheeks, and on the jawline you have a shade of black or gray on the lips, and a semi-like appearance of a human face, but actually still feels or looks like a Martian. So nicely designed head sculpt actually. Let's do a quick 360 view of this action figure. Okay, so let us discuss articulation points on this action figure. So for the head area, we have seen the connection points on the head sculpt, which is actually a 2 dumbbell system. Now the collar of this cape area actually is not attached to the cape, just the front sides. So I'm not sure whether that is a QC issue or it is designed that way, but somehow with the collar raised that way, it kind of gets in the way of holding on to the head. So I think that applying a little bit of super glue either to the inner side of the cape or to the edge of the collar and attaching it to the cape this way would further enhance the capability of the collector to grab onto that head, and somehow the head is more exposed. So on display, actually this is going to look better instead of having that floating piece up here which touches to the cheek. Okay, so for head rotations, as for looking up motion, not so much. Looking down motion, okay, but looking up motion, I guess because of the thickness of the collar on this side, it's going to be quite hindered. So going towards the torso of the body, now these red straps which attaches the cape to the belt, of course that is design of the Martian Manhunter in the animated series, but with this Mcfarlane release, that is not somehow connected to the belt or the brief. Actually, I think it is connected to the waistline of the figure, because somehow when you try to move the waistline, it is free of movement. So it is not attached to the belt on the waistline. Okay, so we have 2 points of articulation on the torso or the body. So we have one on the diaphragm and one on the waistline. So just like the Page Puncher's Superman action figure, which I just reviewed, articulation points on these two areas of the body actually is okay. And as for how anatomically designed the diaphragm area, it is really nice and V-shaped. So unlike the previous releases of Mcfarlane, wherein the diaphragm area somehow was quite really bulbous, giving that COPD look to the action figure, this one is really nicely shaped and sculpted. Okay, so as for the arms area, we have a kind of butterfly joint system, but with regards to the flow of movement, I give it a okay appeal. Not really something that is going to really blow your mind with regards to motion, that it's going to move the arm towards the center line of the body. It's just going to give us some kind of range of motion for the whole arm, but not so much really. Okay, so we have a cut on the bicep for rotation. We have 2 points of articulation for the elbow, and we have a ball system for the hand of the figure, and the ball also has a swivel point. So the hand set on this figure also, we have a accessory grabbing hand on one side, and we have a fist on the left. But we have an accessory holding hand, but we don't have any accessories for this action figure. So it would have been nice if they gave us a right fist and an open palm for the left. But actually, my minor gripes aside, this is okay, a handset, really not so bad, because overall the design of the figure is really okay. So let's move towards the waistline and the leg area. So for the thigh area, we have a decent, that's really a wide range of motion for the thigh. So yeah, so that is really good. So as you could see, you could somehow point the kneecap towards the center line of the body. So that's really great. As for the knee, we have 2 points of articulation for the knee. And how does that break? Okay, so really does not disrupt the overall design or appeal of the figures, because somehow on this area, on the elbow, voila, so we have a really big break in design on the elbow area. But anyway, when you're going to display your figure on the front this way, that area is not going to be exposed. Okay, so for the foot, we have toe articulation, and we have a ball and a hinge for the foot, and somehow really decent rocker motion. So something of the articulation, something similar to the articulation points of the Page Puncher Superman, which I reviewed. So moving towards the paint. So as to the painted areas, actually these are painted areas. So these two are they clean, so nicely clean. So we don't have any blue that is somehow traveling towards the cape area. The blue, the yellow paint actually is nicely centered towards the big buttons, these two big buttons on the cape, so nicely painted. So this area too is also painted. The buckle, in the buckle also we don't have any overlays or overwashes of the paint. So the straps, that is I think the color of the plastic. So this too is the color of the plastic, so we don't expect any bleed through paint on that portion or the boot. The only non-textured part of this action figure would be the cape and the head sculpt. But for the rest of the body of the action figure, the body parts actually, including the straps, the briefs, and the boots, they are textured. So we have some kind of semi-texturing, so that is for the boot area, and that is for the belt and the brief area. And as for texturing on the skin of this action figure, it is also different. It's a different texture compared to the belt and the briefs and the boot. So really nice touch by Mcfarlane Toys. So this gives us the impression that this is some kind of scale skin for the Martian Manhunter character. So if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and see you on the next action figure review.